Hi, Annie.
Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Migani. And today we're going to continue with our talk about leadership. And our guest today is Francisco Crespo. He is the senior advisor at Boston Consulting Group. And previously, he was the CGO of the Coca-Cola Company. And so he is joining us today to speak about leadership and what are the qualities and how does the person behind the leadership find the way towards leading others. So Ani, any introductory thoughts you'd like to ask?
Well, welcome, Francisco.
Thank you.
Um,
It's a pleasure being here with you both.
he was my childhood friend from the swimming team. Well, actually, he
Mhm.
swam. I did other.
Long time ago.
We used to swim together in Quito, Ecuador. So I'm really proud of him, especially of his trajectory. And he's a consultant now, a senior consultant in a really, really huge, very known company. And well, I think my first question would be knowing that great leaders boast a range of skills and traits, which we call competencies. But one of the most underrated is a keen grasp of psychology. When the
Mhm.
leader understands what motivates people's actions and perceptions, for instance, how do they respond in particular ways? What skill do you think, Francisco, led you to what you are right now? Who is Francisco Crespo first? And you can tell us what skill have you used when we talk about people, talent?
Okay, it's great being here with you both. And I imagined that it was going to be difficult, that these were going to be the tough questions, right? I think that when you were asking about psychology and leadership traits and what helps you get to a better version of yourself, it's hard not to think about the ability to stand up again once you fall. And I think you can call that resilience. Because it is for a fact that you're going to be tested. The world is like that. And it is a fact that sometimes you're going to fail. No one is able to navigate through life without any failure. And if you think that you have never failed, oh, you have left a lot of dead bodies and you have not even realized about that. So I think that finding inside yourself, that hope that you can improve, that you have in your hands something that you can do about improving is important, and I think that needs to be balanced with a good level of pride because you believe in yourself, but at the same time discontent because you know that you can be better, and I think that is one of the qualities, and you can apply it. You have anything that you intend to apply when you have the responsibility, the weight of being a leader, I think needs to be applied first to yourself, and then you try to apply that to the organization that you're leading, because it's not different for a group of people. A group of people need to be proud about what they do and who they are, but they need to be discontent at the same time, knowing that they can still be acting at a higher level.
Can you tell us an example in your process, in your development, personal, in career as well, where that weight of leadership has really had a strong impact on you, and what happened to you? How did it shape you as a
Yeah,
leader?
Kirsten, I love that question because I think it allows me to share a personal reflection. I might be totally off and wrong, but I remember the word leadership and what it meant for me when I was a kid, probably when I was swimming. For my grandmother, the owner of a bank, the singer of the most famous rock band, and the mayor of the city. All of them were respectable people that were almost infallible. So leadership was really, really a privilege rather than a weight. I think that society has become much more transparent. That has been balanced, and I think that is good. Now you will have a lot of people thinking, wait a second, that banker, how did he make that money? And the mayor, how did he get elected? And you know, the funny things, these singer writes in his Instagram or his Facebook, and you will have a much more balanced of who you are. Actually, I think you will find that you have the weight of having a higher standard for your personal and public and professional life, and I think that is fine. I think that there was a time when brands, if you want to talk now about leading brands, were almost infallible. Oh yeah, that we love that brand, it's infallible. Now it is more like, yeah, let's see if they are really not contaminating. Yeah, let's see. And I think that there's something heavy on that, but I think it is also a higher standard, and you just have to accept that that is part of the responsibility of leading, of having a leadership position. It's to be judged to a higher standard.
Excellent. It's a little bit about accountability. I mean, everybody, we can fail, but we can have that accountability that we know, and we can have a little bit of humbleness. Being a humble person, sometimes it's what we can inspire. You as a leader, do you think, is there a difference between motivate people and inspiring? There's a slight difference between both. What have you used as a skill?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There is a difference. I can be motivated by an incentive. I can be motivated by money. I can be motivated by acceptance, by recognition. There's a lot of things that can motivate me, that can move me into wanting to do something. I think that the most powerful energy is when you have not a rational engagement with stuff, but an emotional engagement. I think that when you have a rational engagement, you have concluded, right? You think 1 + 1, that is 2. I conclude the right answer is 2. But when you feel emotions, when you are passionately committed to somebody, you are at a different level. You now are not just, you don't just know that it is, the answer is 2. You want your team to win. You want your country to be better, and you want to use every drop of sweat and blood that you have to make that happen. And I think you inspire when you have a vision, when you have a picture of something that is worth our best selves, and you want to be a part. You want to put your fingerprint in that beautiful future. And I think you have to use both, obviously. I think that motivation, incentives, symbols, awards, recognitions are important to shaping the culture. But a culture that is appropriate but without inspiration ends up always being a second-class group of people. A group of people incredibly inspired, even if they don't have all the elements, they will probably find enough energy to stand back again and look for, okay, what were we missing? And they will end up solving the incentives and the motivational pieces that they might be lacking.
Wonderful. I really liked that vision piece that you were speaking of, and I'm wondering, having had this trajectory of your career in growth, what is the next phase in your life? What is it that is inspiring you? What is it? What is your vision? What's your north right now in this phase?
Yeah, that's a very good question and very timely. and I think I'm still exploring it. I have learned over the years, and particularly as digital has brought the pace of change and the speed at which things change to such a rhythm that it makes you wonder. I have accepted that you have to be much more fluid with your responses. I think that if you would have asked a similar question to that one, obviously 20 years ago, I was not thinking about retiring and trying to have a portfolio of things that satisfied my needs and my life in a different way. And I was just thinking about my career. But if you would have asked a question similar to the one that you just asked, probably I would have said this, and this is the answer. And I think now I realize that I am still trying to find what is the right answer to that question. Today, I think that, as I was starting to hint, I have decided that I have had a fantastic time. I enjoyed it. I was not tired, not burned, but I enjoyed immensely what I did growing up the ranks of such an incredible company with such a lovely brand like Coca-Cola, and getting up to be the chief growth officer. But I thought that it was good for me to start thinking about what is my next phase of life, and I want to have more time in my hands. I didn't know that COVID was coming, so that has made this a little bit harder. But I still think that eventually we will be able to travel and go places I have not been yet. Go and see my friends that I have not seen in so many years. I mean, I have not seen Ana Maria other than through technology for probably 20 years or so, or maybe more. And I think that is not how I want to spend the remaining of my time. I think I want to invest more time. But as I fill that bucket of being able to see family, friends, and places, obviously I need to be sure that I don't lose the other buckets. I still need to continue to learn. I need to continue to achieve something, and I need to continue to feel that I am useful and part of a positive change. And for that, I have arranged a bunch of activities. I'm a senior advisor at BCG, as it was mentioned. I'm a leader in residence for Emory University, so I help them with executive education and MBAs. And I am serving in boards of a few startup companies, so I have fun with them figuring out how to incubate their idea, protect it, fund it, scale it, and probably I would enjoy if I would be able to get, I have been in the past in public company boards. Probably I would enjoy engaging one of those in the future. And maybe considering something on private equity. So there will be this portfolio of things that would engage me in different aspects and ways, and would allow me to continue to learn, continue to feel that I'm being helpful and useful, and that I am achieving something. But I recognize that maybe in a year or two, or the world might have changed, and maybe the balance of this would be different. No, I don't think totally different in the other direction, but different. It could evolve in different ways, and I'm open to that. It's sometimes a bit scary to think that nothing is set in stone, but I think it's also invigorating when you think about the possibilities, not the risk of change, but the possibilities in change.
Very, very interesting, Francisco. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I mean, it's a completely different perspective, Kirsten, from that's it's so fun about this. I mean, every client, every leader has a completely different chip in what they want in life. And that's what it's the nice thing about this. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you, Francisco.
Thank you.
It's been really nice talking to you. 30-something, I think, years later. And have a nice week. And I hope we can see you soon.
Hopefully. Hopefully soon. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Kirsten.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for joining us.